with Kevin Huerter. The first question will come from Chris Kirschner. If you have one, Chris. Your hand wasn't even raised yet.
I do have one.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin. So what was your reaction with all the moves that the organization made last week, and even going back to the draft?
Yeah, I mean they're all obviously moves that they're aggressive moves, trying to get better. Moves that we definitely haven't made since I've been here. Just being aggressive in free agency and trying to go get guys that are going to help us win now. And obviously we got a lot of depth now. We got a lot of guys that deserve to play, a lot of guys that want to play, and that's what training camp here is going to figure out.
Currently, there aren't any hands raised. So, okay, here we go, Cassidy. You're muted.
I'm gonna try this again. Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So how does it feel after all this time to officially, be back? Tomorrow's going to be the first day after it's been like 8 months. So how are you feeling about everything?
It feels great, to be honest. There was a lot of stuff that over the last couple months, 9 months, that obviously we saw the bubble on TV. We wanted to play, and it was tough watching that. We did our own bubble in Atlanta that, a lot of it for me, I was sitting out of and picking and choosing different drills. So to be 100% go now and finally be able to be over all the individual work that we've been doing all summer and over the past couple of weeks. And it really gets old. You love working on your game, but at some point you just want to play. You want to play against people. And so it's going to be fun to finally be able to do that and get into a game next week.
Thanks.
Chris, you can go ahead.
You've been a starter for the past 2 seasons, and now with the signing of Bogdanovich, there's obviously going to be some competition now at the starting 2-guard spot. How do you feel about that going into today's the start of training camp, but just going in preseason and the start of the regular season in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, obviously we brought in guys that we want to help us win now, and we had a good group of guys here and had some really good free agents that we were able to bring in, Bogey being one of them and Gallo being another. And obviously, we brought in Tony, brought in Chris Dunn, brought in Rondo. I don't know if I'm Solomon. We have a lot of new guys here that, a lot of roles. There's a lot of guys the past couple of years, and Lloyd told us that a lot of guys that our first 2 years, and some guys their first year played a lot of minutes simply because we really didn't have other people to play. And I think I got used to playing over 30 minutes a game, and some other guys on the team got used to playing 30 minutes a game. And at the time, it wasn't winning basketball. And so if we go into this year and we truly want to buy in, we truly want to win, some guys, obviously, you got to sacrifice minutes, but there's going to be minutes that other guys are deserving to have. So, like I said before, we got a lot of guys who want to play, a lot of guys who can play, and that's what training camp here is going to be really competitive. And we're going to go in the season, and we're going to have a really good group of guys that it doesn't matter who we put in the game. We're obviously looking to be better.
Kevin Chenard. Well,
I think he's muted.
Yeah, Kevin, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Hi, Kevin.
How you doing?
If I recall correctly, your family's come and visited you a few times at Boston Garden when you've played there. Was there any Rajon Rondo fandom in your family from when he first got there?
Admittedly, my dad was a Celtics fan growing up. He was a big Larry Bird guy. So, we didn't watch crazy NBA basketball growing up, but if there was a team, he was rooting for the Celtics. So when they were really good in 2009, I think I was still in either middle school or high school. At that time, that was middle school, I think, when Rondo won in 2009 with the Celtics. That he was a big fan. He was definitely watching. I've watched Rondo for a while. I've honestly always loved his game. I know he went through a patch in his career where he was bouncing around, and some people try to give him a bad rap, but I've always loved his game. He's always been an unselfish player, always been able to get guys good shots and lead a team. So I've always appreciated how he plays, and to get the chance to play with him at this point in his career is going to be a lot of fun, especially him coming off another championship.
Chris Kirschner.
I know some of you guys went out to California a few weeks ago and trained out there. What was that experience like for you guys?
That was great, to be honest. That was great. It was a mix up from the norm. Like I said, I'd been in Atlanta pretty much this whole time. 6 months of Monday through Friday, individual work, lifting, and really kind of just the same thing over and over again, without much change up, simply because that's all we were allowed to do. And so to be able to go out to LA, we got I think at the time we brought 7 out there. We were playing pickup with people, at gyms, obviously everybody distancing and whatnot, but we were able to finally get to play basketball against different people. There's a lot of NBA guys out there. Did a lot of workouts. We boxed with each other. We ran sand dunes. We did one individual workout one day, but it was definitely really good for everyone to get out there, change up the scenery, come together as a team, and get to play pickup.
Cassidy?
What do you think is going to be the biggest key to building chemistry, having a short training camp and having new guys come in that have been signed, and you have new rookies? So what do you think will be that key to building the chemistry?
A lot of communication when we're in the gym, and using our time wisely when we're in here, and being very aware of all the time we get in here. Lloyd had talked about it, that our practice time is very special, because if somebody comes in here and they test positive, the gym shut down for 2 days, and we have a game in a week. And we can't have our team dinners. We can't, as players, go and meet each other out of restaurants and do what teams usually do when you're new. There's a lot of things we can't do. And so that's why when we're in the gym, we got to communicate more. We got to be on the court. We got to speed everything up in terms of our maturity and how we're going to be able to play with each other. But we got a lot of guys and veteran guys that have been in the league, that have done that with different teams, that have already been really good in the gym for us. So the short answer is we haven't really figured that out yet, but I know that it's got to come when we're here in the gym.
Okay.